auch kurz mal an der Rainbow spielen.
Es ist unser Job, auf alles gefasst zu sein. Doch etwas so Seltsames und Undenkbares. Wie können wir darauf gefasst sein? Das ist vielleicht nur die Spitze des Eisbergs.
Ob der das erwartet?
Und der Parasit ist nicht allein. Wir betreten unbekanntes Land und stellen uns etwas fast völlig Unbekanntem. Etwas, das jedes Lebewesen auf dem Planeten töten kann. Buchstäblich. React wird das verhindern. Doch um es aufzuhalten, müssen wir es zuerst verstehen. Wissen ist Macht. Wir werden einfach alles lernen über den Parasiten. Er muss einen Schwachpunkt haben. An die Arbeit.
Aha. Ah. Das ist so, und dachte, wir spielen mit gerade drauf.
cool aus.
Cool? Das ist modernstes VR-Kampftraining. Niemand hat jemals etwas wie das Krisengebiet gesehen. Wenn unsere Leute wichtige Daten sammeln, zum Parasiten, benötigen sie das beste Training. Moment. Du hast es nicht zum Evakuierungspunkt geschafft. Im echten Krisengebiet würdest du jetzt in Stase-Schaum gehüllt darauf warten, dass dich jemand rettet. Ein weiterer Vorteil von VR: kein Ärger mit Stase-Schaum.
Wie gesagt, cool. Wann darf ich mal?
Vielleicht nach dem Essen. So in 2 Tagen. Der nächste.
Cool. Dog oder Puls?
Mal schauen, was mein neuer HB7 alles kann. Wenn es Leben rettet, werde ich töten. Willst du durch Wände sehen? Kein Problem.
Das ist mein Shotgun.
Alle React-Abteilungen verordnen Übergriffsprotokolle für die Sicherheit der Mitarbeiter. Ballungsbereiche der Parasitenaktivität nennt man Krisengebiete. React dämmt sie in 3 Subzonen ein, getrennt durch Luftschleusen. Operator schließen dann im sichersten Bereich Ziele ab und sammeln Infos. Mit jeder Luftschleuse steigt die Parasitenaktivität gemäß der React-Direktive gegen Gefahrenausbreitung. Operator können immer den Evakuierungspunkt nutzen, um R&D neue Infos zu geben. Allerdings werden die Infos im Verlauf stetig besser. Das Parasitenökosystem reagiert auf Eingriffe. Ab einem bestimmten Punkt entfesselt es einen massiven AKE-Angriff auf die Bedrohung. Ein Sicherheitsprotokoll tritt in Kraft, wenn keine Evakuierungsplattform helfen kann. Evakuiert rechtzeitig. Operator, die nicht evakuieren oder aus anderen Gründen zurückbleiben, gelten als vermisst. Ein Stasegerät wird bei Vermissten aktiviert zum Schutz vor den Parasiten. Der nächste im Krisengebiet eingesetzte Trupp kann eine Rettung versuchen. React tut alles, um unsere Leute nach Hause zu bringen.
Warte mal.
An.
Ziel, das mit der React-Klinge ausgeschaltet werden muss. Gleichzeitig wird eine Probe genommen. Findet das Ziel mit der React-Drohne. Bleibt in der Nähe, sonst verpasst ihr den Rückflug. Die Analyse folgt in der Realwelt.
Was? What the fuck?
Was I? He still hasn't said anything about it, which I mean, I think I made it pretty obvious that I liked him. Maybe he's just as into me as I thought. Whatever the reason, Gohan is dragging his feet, so I guess I don't have to start feeling guilty just yet. I shook my head. Come on, little, I chide myself. Get your head in the game. You have a machine to punch and a tournament to win. I look back at the guy. Plus, he looks like he's in his 20s. He's way too old for you. Seconds later, my traitorous eyes trailed over him once more, and I sighed. God, what am I? Some silly teenage girl. I burst out laughing at the irony of the thought. What are you laughing at? Gohan asked. Wait, he gasped. Do I have my costume on backwards again? I rolled my eyes. Your costume as well. It's on the right at least.
Dem HB7 wollte ich dich leben.
Gohan let out a breath.
Jetzt wird man eigentlich wohl auch dazu sehr Bereitschaft.
I barely caught the laughter in my throat. Instead, it came out as a horrible sound that burned my nose and made my eyes water. There was no way I could help what I thought about that outfit. Imagining his disappointment broke my heart. The boy was too pure for this world. Ladies and gentlemen, the test for the punching machine will begin shortly. To give a demonstration,
Alle React-Abteilungen verordnen Übergriffsprotokolle für die Sicherheit der Mitarbeiter. Ballungsbereiche der Parasitenaktivität nennt man Krisengebiete. React dämmt sie in 3 Subzonen ein, getrennt durch Luftschleusen. Operator schließen dann im sichersten Bereich Ziele ab und sammeln Infos. Mit jeder Luftschleuse steigt die Parasitenaktivität gemäß der React-Direktive gegen Gefahrenausbreitung. Operator können immer den Evakuierungspunkt nutzen, um R&D neue Infos zu geben. Allerdings werden die Infos im Verlauf stetig besser. Das Parasitenökosystem reagiert auf Eingriffe. Ab einem bestimmten Punkt entfesselt es einen massiven AKE-Angriff auf die Bedrohung. Ein Sicherheitsprotokoll tritt in Kraft, wenn keine Evakuierungsplattform helfen kann. Evakuiert rechtzeitig. Operator, die nicht evakuieren oder aus anderen Gründen zurückbleiben, gelten als vermisst. Ein Stasegerät wird bei Vermissten aktiviert zum Schutz vor den Parasiten. Der nächste im Krisengebiet eingesetzte Trupp kann eine Rettung versuchen. React tut alles, um unsere Leute nach Hause zu bringen.
Aha. Das habe ich nicht voll mitbekommen.
Sehen wir uns für den Anfang erstmal unsere Feinde an. Es gibt ein Ziel, das mit der React-Klinge ausgeschaltet werden muss. Gleichzeitig wird eine Probe genommen. Findet das Ziel mit der React-Drohne.
Die Drohne ist aktiv. Führe Scan mit dem Handsensor durch. Auch unterwegs. Aufgabe eingesetzt. Jetzt dorthin. Jetzt darüber. Den letzten Befehl annullieren. Herzschlagsensor aktiviert. Werfer abgearbeitet. Nachladen! Keine Munition. Lade nach! Keine Munition!
Fuck.
Bleibt in der Nähe, sonst verpasst ihr den Rückzug. Die Analyse folgt in der realen Welt.
Okay. Eine Stunde noch. Was jemand mit mir spielen will. Boah.
Ohne unser Team sind wir nichts. Und genauso muss jeder auch seinen eigenen Beitrag leisten.
Hilfe. Haben die alle gekifft oder wie sehen die denn aus?
Hier bei React seid ihr Teil von Rainbows Militärforschungsabteilung. Den Feind zu kennen ist der halbe Sieg. Wir müssen alles über diese Gefahr für die Menschheit wissen. Momentan wissen wir von 4 Regionen. Wir platzieren Eindämmungsmauern, Luftschleusen und die nötige React-Ausrüstung für Übergriffe. Jeder Übergriff bietet neue Infos, seien es Daten zu den Ursprüngen des Parasiten oder zu seiner Anpassungsfähigkeit und Biomechanik. Mit Hilfe von Felddaten entwickelt R&D ständig modernste Technologie. Gemeint sind Upgrades für das React-Arsenal und Tools zur Beschaffung noch besserer Infos. Allerdings setzt React nicht nur auf Technik. Jedes erreichte Ziel bedeutet Erfahrung und für die Operator das taktische Wissen, um dem Feind voraus zu sein. Dieses Wissen bildet das Fundament und immer mehr Operator melden sich zum Dienst. Wir sind auf jede Hilfe angewiesen. Wir lernen alles über den Parasiten, um im Kampf eine Chance zu haben.
Idiot! Weg! Du stehst mir im Licht! Elisa! Sorry, war nicht so gemeint.
Hey, mein Fehler. Ich wollte sehen, was die Forschung so macht.
Nicht schlecht. Gut, eigentlich. Sieh mal. Ich bekam nicht heraus, warum es überhitzt. Dann brachte ein Operator Daten, wie El Parasito hohe thermische Ladung ableitet. Und bam, die Lösung. Ja, der Parasit ist furchtbar, aber auch eine wissenschaftliche Goldmine. Alles, was wir lernen, hilft unserer Technik.
Elena, mach weiterhin so gute Fortschritte. Und ich stehe dir nie näher.
But whenever he was in front of the crowd, I couldn't help but feel a bit embarrassed, and just a tad angry. He was just so cliche, and it all goes straight to the head too. Someone recognizes him on the street or something, and he just can't stop talking about it for the rest of the day. Events are even worse. He talks all week. I don't think he'll stop bragging until after Christmas this time. Finally, my father stopped pandering and reeled back his fist. Satan punch. He yelled. I sighed and shook my head. Why did he have
Unsere
to
Technologie ist der Zeit voraus. Sie ist innovativ, vom Prototyp bis zum Endprodukt.
Körperpanzerung, Biolemmuskel, Scannmine, Kontaktgranate.
One by one they kept coming.
Yes. No, no, no.
So früh?
Wow.
One by one they kept coming and getting some mediocre score. A few started getting high.
Alter
I think
Falter.
some sort of bear thing got a 100 and
Ich werde das Spiel auf jeden Fall später mal aufmachen.
So I started doing some stretches to prepare for my turn. S774. The attendant called out in bewilderment. Okay, that one got my attention. I stopped stretching and stood on my tiptoes again. I could just barely see the back of a blonde head. It seems to be out of order, the man said. Sorry about that. Oh, that explains it, a fluke. Okay, ma'am, would you like to try again? The attendant asked. Everyone gasped. 203. What? There's no way. I started to make my way up through the line. I could find my place later. Video, wait. I barely heard Gohan as he followed me. I needed to know who this person was. That sort of exceptional punching strength put them among the strongest fighters in the world, regardless of their skill, and I had to keep an eye on them during the tournament. As I was pushing through the crowd, I could just barely see the next fighter, a very short man with an absolutely horrible-looking haircut. He looked like a total dork, almost as bad as Gohan in his stupid outfit. Oh, 192 points. I couldn't believe it. That guy barely came up to my chest. How could he possibly be that strong? Next was the man with the orange guy. Strange, now that I could see more than just fuzzy features, I almost felt like I had seen him before. His so dark they were almost black-gray eyes were especially attractive, familiar. I stepped forward just in time to see that he was crouched, his fist barely an inch away from the machine. Swish 186 points. My jaw dropped. That little punch. No way he could score that high with just that. There was no room for him to generate any power. It was impossible. A really tall green guy.
Ich glaube, ich höre mir das Fairy-Tale-Geschichte weiter
Instead of
an.
crouching down, he just folded his arm vertically and pointed his knuckles at the pad, still from only an inch away. This time I could see the punch. Or rather, I watched his hand stay absolutely still, heard another swish, and the machine. I really tried my hardest, but I could.
Witzig, ist Goku, soll ich so nicht leicht zugeschaut?
It overcame my magic like it was nothing, said Wendy as she was feeling bad. Oh, you did what you could, Wendy, and for that, it's more than enough, Marahin said as she compliments her to feel better. Mira's right. You shouldn't feel bad. We don't know what this barrier is, so it wasn't something we could have done with magic anyway, Mirza said, crossing her arms as she came next to Marahin. Hard man. Whatever this is, it smells so bad Natsu covered his nose from the awful smell. You can smell it, Natsu, Lucy asked, turning to him as he was using his scarf to cover his nose. Yeah, this barrier or whatever is pulling off negative stuff I can just smell alone. I can smell it too, Wendy said. How interesting. We know the source to this is a negative, but what we don't know is how it latched onto Goku, said Carla, as she tries to put pieces together. Is something like this contagious? Gray wondered. No, I don't think it is. I carried Goku as he teleported both of us here. When I placed him on the bed, there was no reaction. Marahin answered. Yuvia thinks it's something that possibly came from his world. What do you mean, Juvia? Wasana asked. Think about it, you guys. With all the weird things Goku had shown us, isn't this one of them? If I don't, I quite follow Marahin's left eyebrow raised as she turns around to face her. Wendy couldn't do anything with her magic because this negative barrier overcame it, yes. Well, if we look at it from both perspectives, this could be something that only Goku's affiliated with. Meaning, this is something only Goku has to overcome. Marahin finishes Juvia's sentence. Nice detective work, Juvia. Great compliments. Oh, I am not worthy of such praises, my darling Gray. Juvia's eyes changed to pink heart eyes as her inner fangirl for Gray overloaded. If what Juvia said is true, then how did Goku overcome it? It's not attacking him, Happy said, later macking on a cooked fish. It's attacking him on the inside, Mirza said as she came to a conclusion. Inside, Lucy and Basana copied. Yeah, there's nothing we can do because this is Goku's fight. Whatever this thing is, it's attacking Goku in his mind. So only he can overcome it. That way, this barrier will get lifted. Until then, we can't do anything, Urza said. Aw, crud. Hey, Goku. listen. You better beat whatever this thing is, you hear me? Natsu yelled. Don't scream in his ear, ash breath. Gray mocks. I hope you're doing okay. Moran hopes. I'm sure he can beat this barrier's bug, sis. Just have faith in him. He is one of us. Lysandra tries to cheer up Moran. I know, Liz. It's just during our date I got to know a lot more about him. You'd be surprised about his life and his world. I just feel so helpless here. This is something all of us don't know of, and because of that, Goku's facing it alone. I was his guide, you guys. He was my responsibility. I feel awful not knowing the solution to help him. Well, I'm not sure if this will help, but we could go through his square container to see what he's got inside. Who knows? Something inside might help us. Natsu brings up. You're a genius, Natsu. Moran compliments as she gives him a hug.
Lass die Scheiße bitte!
The square container was outside at the bar counter. After a minute passed, Moran retrieved it. As she opened it up, Lysandra and the others were leaning close to her to see what was inside that only Goku knew. What is all this? Lucy said in a shocked tone. These are all capsules, Moran said. How do you know that, sis? It says so on the cover. Look, she pointed at the name of it as everyone saw. CC's capsules. That's an unusual name. Wendy admits. Unusually stupid, Natsu adds. This is amazing. This looks like something made from the future. Could Goku possibly be from the future? Urza said as she looked at him. That's a good question. We'll have to ask him if he ever wakes up. Lysandra placed her right index on her chin. There are many sections. I'm counting over 200 capsules. Moran informed there are 10 capsules and 20 sections. Ah, with each given name too. If we were to find a capsule that can help remove a barrier, what would it be? How about this one? Happy pointed to the medical aid section. Good eyes, Happy. Moran said as she grabbed a pink-colored capsule. They arg. Ah, Goku was shouting. Everyone heard his yell and turned around. They saw him moving around with his right hand placed on his heart, as if he was going to...
Eine Herzkrankheit ist das!
Virus. Hearing his painful yell made Moran worry even more. It's going to be okay, Goku. I think this capsule is going to help you. At least, I hope it does. Someone restrained him. He's going out of control here, Urza ordered. Natsu, Gray, and Lucy held him down. However, it wasn't the smartest thing to do. Targeting the three of them, the barrier unleashed a dark energy wave directly to them, blasting them to the walls.
Jetzt weiß ich, was mit Goku los ist. Das ist die Barriere von seiner Herzkrankheit.
Juvia said with worry in her voice. Lucy, are you alright? Wendy asked as she came over. Ouch, that freaking hurts. Yeah, I'm fine, Lucy got up. What the hell was that? Gray had help getting up from Juvia. My darling, you and the other two got sent flying across the wall. Son of a Natsu stood up. Easy, Natsu. I got you. Thanks, Happy. Mira, hurry, and use that thing already. Urza demanded. I don't know how, Urza. Do I press on this? Oh. Moran's right thumb pushed down the head of the capsule. Scared by the sound of it, she dropped it to the ground with smoke rising up. When the smoke went away, they all saw a giant pot, and so they were all curious. The pot, Lucy got close to it. It's filled with beans. Carla came close to it too. I wonder if Goku had some sort of mix-up. What are green beans doing in the medical aid section?
Das Lizenz... das...
Hey, I know. Maybe they're healing beans. Gray announced. Healing beans.
Ja, das sind's auch. Sensobeans.
Standing next to him. What else could it be? If they got placed in the medical section, then it's there for a reason. I think you're onto something. Gray said as she picked up one bean. Hey,
das benutzt nur Goku.
And hit me. Maybe you want me to hit you. Natsu was confused. You heard right. Something tells me these beans won't work unless we get injured, so I want you to hit me. Don't hold back, got it? Urza asked Natsu. All right, Urza, I'm not going to hold back my punch. You hear me? Don't blame me if I go overboard. His right hand came up in flames. Drawing it back, his attack was ready, and thus, he came for Urza. She wasn't wearing her armor, so it was definitely going to hurt. Closing in, all the impact of Natsu's Fire Dragon Iron Fist went to the Queen of the Fairies.
Iron Fist.
But that punch, she was sent back skidding to a wall. Urza landed outside of the infirmary room due to the wall not being strong enough to withstand a strong force. She went too far. Lucy and Gray said to themselves as they got paled. Then they all saw Urza get up like it was nothing. She was bleeding from her head, and her legs were shaking like she was experiencing a seizure. At a moment's notice, she calmed them down, but was still feeling Natsu's punch. She got back up that fast. Lucy and Gray had their jaws dropped to the ground. My head's suffering from blood loss, and I'm pretty sure the impact of the wall caused me to lose feeling in my left arm. Let's test this bean now, shall we? The bean that was in her right hand is now inside of her mouth. Chewing it, she wasn't a fan of the flavor. For about 4 seconds, everyone was waiting for a change to happen, and it did. When Urza swallowed the entire bean, she was completely restored to her present glory. Seeing that, everyone was shocked to see Urza in one piece, as if she never took the hit in the first place. Did you guys see that Urza is all healed? Lucy's eyes are shaped in circles out of seeing something magical happen. Urza, your wounds are gone. Marahin pointed out. Yeah, the flavor could use some work, but I'm all better. Urza looks at her hands, then around her body. Mira, then, that means you can use that magical bean on Goku. Lysana said. That's sure, Lysana, but how will we know it'll work? Trust me, just a hunch. Lysana assures her. Okay, then if you could hand me one since you're the closest, I'll feed him. Before Lysana was about to get a bean from the pot, things were about to go in rewind. About 10 minutes earlier, as part of Marahin fetching the square container was playing, there was another scene happening somewhere else. The place where Marahin, Lysana, Juvia, and Natsu couldn't see unless they were Goku. This scene was taking place inside of Goku's mind. Goku's mind, the empty void. Goku was conscious inside, and had no idea where he was. Looking around, he was found to be flying due to there being no floor. The plus side to this is quite a favored one. On the outside, Goku looks the same age as Marahin. However, inside of his mind, he was back to his adult form. He continued to look around to find out he wasn't going anywhere. He flew a straight path hoping to at least see something in his sight, but nothing came up. It was nothing, but an endless loop had he continued to roam in one path. Goku contemplated himself. Observing in deep thought, he was bound in an endless empty void. If he was smart enough to think that is. I'm going nowhere with this. I don't even know where I'm going. It's just endless loops. Where am I anyway?
Lol. Gut.
Inside your own mind, son Goku.
Die Geschichte sind eigentlich wirklich gut, finde ich.
We heard it coming from behind his
Was wäre wenn Geschichte mit Goku, finde ich. Vor allem in Fairy Tail fand ich ist ja auch eine recht gute Geschichte, muss ich ehrlich sagen.
Well, who are you? Goku pointed out. I am negative energy, but you look so much like me. Well, I sure am, huh? How can I see my own self?
Erstmal lesen.
You really think I'm God?
Boah, es ist
So
Testversion.
Hey,
Ich habe mich gewundert, warum das Spiel
look like you
plötzlich
accept everything about you as the dark
grafisch war denn.
I don't see your eyes. DCH. I may be you, Son Goku, but I'm not. I am the negative dark energy that's inside your body. But how? I don't get it. Of course you don't. Towa told me about how stupid you are. Towa. I am the negative dark energy that's inside your body.
Gut.
But how? I don't get it. Of course you don't. Towa told me about how stupid you are. Towa. Shit, I spoke too much there.
Jedes Mal, wenn ich
well.
gesagt.
Hey, who's Towa? Well, since the cat's out of the bag, I might as well tell you.
Towa und
Towa's the
Mira.
one responsible for you being in this world.
Den Namen kennt
Why?
die
But I
drei.
got to this world by a wormhole. Use your brain, Dumbus. That was all Towa. Since your arrival to stop Frieza when he was resurrected, Towa kept an eye on you. You see, she was experimenting with her tools, so she made me latch onto you. What are you saying? Your character as a whole changed, Goku, and you have me to thank. Everything that led up to you being in this world was thanks to Towa. That female demon scientist really outdid herself on this one. And you just get
Towa
to the
das
point.
mit Goku trennen
You're
oder
whatever
was?
you are.
Oder wie?
Noah made you take in time rift effects that changed you. And when the wormhole activated thanks to the dark symbol on the head of that blue lady's gun, the time rift appeared. With you entering inside, you inhaled some of that negative effect that allowed changes to your characteristics, both physically and mentally. Time rift effects. Don't you mean wormhole? HMPH.
Was? Ein Wurmloch? Und plötzlich kommt Werbung. Wir haben uns gerade Fragen gestellt.
Your characteristics, both physically and mentally.
Das muss eigentlich
Time rift
Goku
effects. Don't you mean
darauf.
wormhole?
Warum zeigt man darauf?
HMPH.
Geschichte
The correct term
Goku
you're referring
Western
to
Fairy
wormhole.
Tail.
So, the reason why I act like I'm a changed person is because of some person whom I've never met before. You're a dumb person, you're catching on. Anyway, because you entered inside of the wormhole, I was born. Coming to life, I had already received my mission from Towa, and that was to corrupt you to serve under Towa. but something isn't working for some reason.
Ja,
It can't
da
be
rechts
controlled.
steht so mein
Is that
Name,
why I
weil
experienced
ich
those
ganz
painful
alleine
headaches since I defeated Frieza?
und
Go
kein
there to
Party
now.
hab, anhab
Yes.
dran.
Yes, you have. Inhaling this stuff is
Das heißt,
supposed to
mir
make you fall under the
geschrieben,
control of Towa's
da
magic,
habt ihr mal
but you,
Piss-Einnahmen
however,
da
remain
rechts
unfazed.
stehen.
It
Bei
worked for those
Mikrofon.
4 Towas snatched in this timeline, so why not you? I don't know. If I had to pick a guess, maybe it's because I'm a god. Lord Beerus once told me some time ago that deities can be brainwashed. Hey, you're a deity. So that's the reason TCH, no matter. That doesn't mean I'll give up. Yeah? Well, you're going to give up now. Since you're the cause of my headaches, I'll just beat you here, and now. You said we're inside of my mind. Then, all I've got to do is beat you. That way, I can get back to Mira and the others. Goku holds a promise to that. Oh, please. As you can, though. That, I have no doubt, but I can just latch onto someone else that isn't a god like yourself. Huh, your hair is glowing blue. Chiba took the form of Goku was about to be in a world of hurt. In the first Xenoverse game, when battling demon god Demigra, it was stated that Goku couldn't be under his control because he's a god. Much like Beerus and Demigra himself. With his hair styled up in his SSJ form, Goku had unleashed SSJ Blue. Your hair
Yeah, Super Saiyan Blue.
That's because I'm in a form called SSJ Blue. I've never heard of this one before. This wasn't in the books. I get it now. Of all the Gokus she killed, there was never one that had powers of a god. Of all Gokus, she fought me before. Yes. Over 1 million times if you want number. Of all the Gokus that were killed, they only had powers that reached up to the level of SSJ. Well, now I'm ready to blast you out of my body.
Ach, das geht also gegen den Time Patrol Goku kämpft und Super Saiyan 4 Goku Goku gekämpft.
Goku aligned both his palms together on his right side. I've got to get out of here and find a different person to control. I can't come back empty-handed or else Towa will have my head. Pain. It was a trade-off. The price of trying to control a god in exchange for SSJ Blue Kamehameha. Goku had no complaints. For the negative energy, it panicked. A Goku that couldn't be controlled thanks to having God Kai. Nothing he could do. At the last second, when Goku was about to say the last syllable of the Kamehameha, he heard another voice. A voice that was so familiar he stopped his attack at the last second and looked up. That voice. Mira Goku. Panoptic, where is she? There's my chance. Since he's distracted with the voices outside, I can use the opportunity to get out of his body and find a new host. In one fell swoop, the negative energy opened up a rift to escape. Goku turned around, and at the last second, he tried to stop him with a ki blast to finish it off, but he was too late.
Scheiße,
wer hat Gokus and flew under Team Natsu's radar without them knowing. It's gone. Hey, my head feels all better now, Goku said. With that, Goku powered down to base form. The good thing about the negative energy leaving him is the fact that he was able to wake up. Getting back to reality, Goku was able to wake up, and when he sat up, he saw Marahin, Team Natsu, Juvia, and Lysana in front of him. The only person that noticed Goku was awake was Marahin. What's going on? Goku mumbled. Goku, Marahin yelled, causing everyone to stop what they were doing. Hey, he casually waved. Surprising everyone with his well-being, Marahin jumped to him with a firm hug. What Marahin did just now shocked Lysana a little bit. The news of Goku being okay sparked up a conversation with Natsu and the others, as they wanted to know what happened to him. They expect nothing to be left out from him. The barrier's gone, Wendy pointed out. Barrier. Goku didn't know what Wendy was on about. Oh, Mira, why are you hugging me? Hey. Huh. Sorry. Marahin let go of the hug. I don't know why I did that. I'm just glad you're not hurt. Hurt? What do you mean? This dark purple floated dingy. Dude, you know what Mira told us. Natsu said. Oh, that reminds me. I've got a clue on what that was, you guys. Really? Then please, spill what you know, Goku. Urza politely asked. Right before I explain, have something to eat. I'm starving. Goku said as he rubbed his belly.
Typisch
That's sure
Goku,
Marahin sweats. 1 hour later, I see. The floater that only you saw was nothing but negative energy. Urza wanted to confirm. Yeah, it was inside of the wormhole No Time Rift. It was inside of the time rift I was in when I entered this world. Here, I mean Goku. Since we know who the culprit is, how do we find Towa? Marahin asked. That's a good question. I don't really know myself, but I do know she has a problem with me, and I want to know why. What do you mean? Gray asked as he became shirtless. The negative energy spawned.
Schon wieder sieht crazy aus. Wie typisch Gray
If I said
einfach.
it right, she could have controlled one of them, but instead, she chose me. Why you exactly? I'm not sure, Gray, but I can tell you that she wanted to control me, but failed to. Hey, have any of you guys seen Towa? We don't even know what she looks like, or if it's a she in the first place, Goku. Marahin answered. Oh, never mind then. There's a lot of questions left unanswered, and I get that you're curious because you want to find out more about how you came to this world. For now, let's call it a day and think about another time. I'm just
Das Aufkommen des Parasiten war verheerend und die Eindämmung hatte Priorität. Die Pioneer ist unsere strategische
I guess I'll go train or something out. Wait, the square container. What about it?
Das Aufkommen des Parasiten war verheerend und die Eindämmung hatte Priorität. Die Pioneer ist unsere strategische mobile Basis und Zentrale für React-Operationen. Das Aufkommen des Parasiten war verheerend und die Eindämmung hatte Priorität. Die Pioneer ist unsere strategische mobile Basis und Zentrale für React-Operationen.
Aha. Wird umgestellt. Ach, Bots. Ich überhaupt nicht leiden. Wenn du ein freies Spiel hast, dann kann ich das kostenlos mitspielen. Wie sollst du verstehen? Aha.
Of using one of the capsules to get my own house. Goku said as he grabbed the square container. House? What the heck are you saying, man? Natsu was confused. I'm not very good with words, so I'll just show you guys it. Where there's loads of big space, Goku said. You guys want to come? You can if you want. Why not? It's not every day we get to see what a Saiyan can do with a container. Urza was in. I'll bite too, Gray confesses. If my darling Gray is going to go, then I shall too. Harlan, you want to join them? I think it sounds fun. This whole Goku getting his own house by a capsule sounds worth it in my opinion. I suppose I can tag along, child. The gadgets are what intrigues me about Son Goku. Natsu, Happy, Lucy, you guys coming? Goku asked. Oh, yeah, totally. Lucy agrees. Hell to the yeah, I'll come. Happy, you? Aye, sir. Mira and Umlasana.
Hey, say
you can tag along too if you want. Sure. You keep surprising me with things that aren't in fairy tales caliber, so I guess I'll come too. How about you, sis? And Mira. Barahin wasn't talking. Rather, she was staring at Goku. Seeing him finish his bowls from her cooking, she couldn't help but stare at him. With his smile and laid-back personality, Barahin's heart kept skipping a beat. Lasana saw her cheeks red and had a few assumptions as to why it shines a bright primary color. At a grip, Mira. Stop staring at him. He's way out of my league. He has a wife after all. No point going after him if he's a married man. KKCH, my mind is telling me that, but my heart is
Selbst wenn man mich nicht sieht, weiß man, dass ich da bin.
have some boundaries, Mira. He probably doesn't see me like that anyway. Yeah, I'm coming too, you guys. Wow, we have a crowd. Let's see.
Boah, das ist eine geile Folge.
Okay, let's get going, guys. To a place that's very wide and big. Haha. Now we're talking here. Natsu was ready. Before all of them could head out, they heard a knock.
What the fuck is that then?
Taking their attention to the door, they saw Kana Alberoni next to it. Hey, you guys got a minute. What's up, Kana?
Den Arkaen werde ich zeigen, wie hart ich zuschlage.
What you guys are about to do, and I'm going to have to ask you to put that on hold. What's the reason? Urza said as she crossed her arms. We have some visitors that want to see us. Apparently, they're issuing us a challenge. We all know them since they were there with us during the Grand Magic Games. The guild, Blue Pegasus. Blue Pegasus. You're the Blue Pegasus Guild. Makarov shouted. 5 people from Blue Pegasus were present in front of Fairy Tale and were at the entrance of the guild hall. They were Jenny Reelite, Hibiki Lakes,
Was? Nein?
Well, yes. The guild hall. They were Jenny Reelite, Hibiki Lakes, Eve Tier, Ren Akatsuki, and Ichiya Kotobuki. Hello there, Makarov. Ichiya waved at him with his blue right index and middle finger. It's been days since we've seen each other. Not since the Grand Magic Games, I believe. Speaking of the Grand Magic Games, congratulations on winning. Men, I see Fairy Tale's parfum hasn't changed not one bit. What are you 5 doing here? Makarov asked. You didn't come just to womanize the girls here, did you? Mikao said as he wasn't going to be surprised if they did. As much as we would like to compliment the girls, we have important matters to discuss, Hibiki said. And what would that be? Levy asked.
Ich freue mich darauf, die Arkaen sterben zu sehen.
The audience to hear this. You know, Natsu and the others. Eve had politely asked. That's sure, I guess I can have someone go fetch them. I can do it, Master. Kana volunteered. And that's where Chapter 3 ended. With Kana asking Goku, Marahan, Lisana, Juvi, and Team Natsu to come out and meet Blue Pegasus because they have something they wanted to share with them. After 2 minutes, everyone inside of the infirmary room had now entered the hall with everyone else, and Blue Pegasus was about to get started on why they were here. Unfortunately, due to the beauty of girls that resides in Fairy Tale, the womanizing trio were on the move with the Celestial Mage, Lucy. Lucy, my dear. Have you been well?
Auf Chaos kann man sich nicht vorbereiten. Man muss nur wissen, wie man es überlebt.
Wipe your beautiful face. Love, Ren offers as he too got on one knee. Or would you like me? Eve's background had a romantic theme as he showed Lucy a rose that was in his mouth. I'll take none of the above. Thank you, Lucy sweats. Sniff man, Urza my honey, your perfume is as fitting as ever. You make a man twirl out of such delightful parfum. Closing in Urza's face, Ichiya tries to get in a sniff. He manages to get one in, but at the cost of pain. Urza one-shotted him with a right fist to his face, making him crash into the walls. As he was flying, Ichiya operated as he always did, and replied to that strong parfum punch with a, "Ma'am, I see Ichiya hasn't changed a bit either." Urza's fist was trembling. "Hey, Mira, who are those 5? Goku whispered in her ear. "That's another guild that goes by the name of Blue Pegasus. They're quite formidable too if you're wondering." "Oh, so they're strong from what you're telling me. Some would like that, I guess." "Sure. Tell us, you guys, what brings you to our guild hall?" Gray asked with no shirt on. "Ab, who is our guild master, has issued a challenge to your guild," Ichiya said as he got up. "The challenge? That's so unexpected. What's this challenge you speak of?" Days after the Grand Magic Games, the 5 of us managed to convince the Princess of Fiori to host a 5v5 guild versus guild match. Oh, hell yeah. Natsu's eyes were shaped like stars. I am so down for a fight. You guys were interested during the Grand Magic Games when you gave it your all. They didn't really do much, Natsu. Well, Jenny versus Mira was a good match. Of course, my sis ended up winning. Lisana gloated. HMPH. I'll have you know, lady, that match was rigged. Jenny had her fist showing to Lisana. Only man, Jenny. You put up a good fight, and I was happy to go up against you, Miss Fiori. Marahan smiled at her. Miss Fiori. Wow, you must be famous, Goku said. I am. Who are you, kid? Jenny had one eyebrow raised. Goku, introduce yourself to Blue Pegasus, Marahan told him. Okay. Ahem, hello. My name is Son Goku, sir. It's an honor for you 5 to meet me. All right, Jenny's face was confused by Goku's manners. You say it's an honor. Care to explain? Goku is a recent new member that joined Fairy Tale. Believe it or not, he bested Natsu without
Erklärt mir alles unterwegs, dann erledige ich es.
Jeez, Gramps. He didn't have to say that to them of all people. Natsu was bested. Steve's eyes widened. Yeah.
Das Risiko ist hoch. Ich setze alles auf eine Karte.
Probably Goku was thinking, I didn't even get to go all out, but look on the bright side. He was strong either way. Goku smiled.
This guy.
Whatever. Show off, Natsu pouted. It's hard to believe that Dragon Slayer was bested by someone who just became a part of your guild. Ren said as he saw Natsu's shark teeth growling at Goku, who was laughing. Well, since you guys got a new member, I guess we should all introduce ourselves. A pleasure to meet you, Goku. I'm Hibiki from Blue Pegasus. Hibiki gave his hand to him. Likewise, Goku
Der
said
Weg
as he
voraus ist
graciously
hart,
took his hand
aber
for a
ich bin
handshake.
bereit.
Oh, and these are my guildmates. I need. Steve bowed his head. The name's Ren. Ichiya. Ichiya was twirling fast
Uchiha?
to make his entrance in good.
Von Uchiha, klar.
Jenny realized the code was Fiori. He spoke for Jenny. Nice to meet you guys. So, continue with what you were all saying. You know about the 5v5 challenge, right? Right. As I was saying, our master Bob wanted to know if you guys were down for a friendly 5v5 match.
Oh mein Gott.
Magic Games
Goku wird bestimmt alles alleine besiegen.
But what's the catch here? Why issue a fight with us when you know you're outclassed? Makarov said. Because. Jenny came in to answer. It would be wrong to not show up to fight against us when we've informed the Fiori Princess about this. She's going to be a guest there. Princess Hisui. Lucy was surprised. Who's Hisui? Goku cluelessly asked. That's Princess Hisui, Goku. She's freaking royalty. She's the princess of Crocus.
Freaking royalty.
Fiori, and her father is King Toma. Oh, never
Ich
heard
habe
of him.
etwas, das diese
Of course
AKI
you haven't.
hinwegblasen wird.
You're from another world. What's this I hear about Goku being from another world? Jenny repeated Lucy's words. It's nothing. Haha. I meant to say he's from another country in this world. Yeah, that. Haha. Lucy's fake laugh was bought. So, Makarov, what do you say? Will you accept this challenge? I would if there's a catch. There is one right. You can't just challenge someone to a fight without a wager. So out with it, Ichiya. Oh, that's right. I forgot. We four boys don't want anything but to prove to the world that Blue Pegasus is the better guild. We want glory and fame. Urza wondered. Well, that's mainly just the four of us. Jenny has her own wager. Hibiki looks at her. She does. Natsu and Gray copied. MHM, that's right. Look, ever since my humiliating defeat against Marahin Strauss, I've been wanting to find a way to get back at her, so if we win, I want Marahin to pose nude for Sorcerer Weekly. Then nude. Marahin's eyes blinked fast from saying, it's been 7 years since I posed for Sorcerer Weekly. You beat her, Mira, so you really are strong. When was this? Goku clenched his fist. It was several days ago. During the Grand Magic Games, she and I didn't really have a fight. I just one-shot at her like she was nothing. Marahin brags, but didn't mean to. Okay, Marahin. He didn't need to hear that. Jenny was getting embarrassed. Hey, quick question, Hibiki. What's up, Lucy? What does Fairy Tail get if we win? Did you decide for us, or can we pick? Well, that's up to you guys. You can give your own wagers once you pick your 5 people to go up against us. Ramps, volunteer me for our team of 5. I can kick their asses one by one. I appreciate your enthusiasm, Natsu, but I've been thinking about remodifying this match to a 1v5. You're the one, by the way. 1? Haha. You're speaking my language, Gramps. Did you decide to pick me? I am strong as hell. Natsu was flexing his muscles. The FFF, as if he picked you over me, Pyro. Gray mocks. Mind telling me that a little louder, Frosty? Natsu said with a smug look. HMPH, with pleasure. I said Gramps wouldn't choose you over me because he knows I'm more capable of destroying them. Fuck you, stripper. Natsu headbutts Gray as the two start duking it out. From Goku's standpoint, he saw Natsu's rivalry with Gray the same way he has with Vegeta. Except, Natsu and Gray's feud is a lot more childish than Goku and Vegeta. Nonetheless, it made him laugh at that remark, making him place his hands behind his head. Marahin saw, and was astonished to see Goku crack a huge smile like that. You seem to be in a good mood, Goku. Yeah, I am. The way Natsu and Gray fights reminds me of my own rivalry I have with this other guy named Vegeta. He's also Saiyan. Saiyan? Amazing. Gray's right. I'm not choosing Natsu, nor am I choosing Gray. If it isn't one of those two, then who are you going to pick, Master? Urza. Mira. Gadula Laxus. Wendy asked as she wanted to know. Ho-ho, your guesses are quite good, my child. But, no. The person I decided to nominate is none other than Son Goku. Makarov declared by pointing his left index finger at Goku. Me alright, Goku said with excitement. Him? The 4 boys in Blue Pegasus yelled. The new person that joined. Okay, but why? Jenny was confused. I'm with Jenny. Not to toot my own horn, but what makes him so essential to contribute for this 1v5? If I recall, he's a new member, right? I think it's a little too early to throw caution to the wind here. I can assure you I'm not Vegeta. Trust me on this one.
Uchiha, ich denke automatisch, dass er ein Uchiha-Clan. Hallo, ich will raus.
The funny thing is, he's not even a mage. What? Ren and Eve yelled. Not a mage. How is that possible? How did he bested Natsu then? He's not one to rely on magic, but martial arts. Oh, he's one of those people. Fine, I wouldn't mind if a newbie took their place.
Newbie, du wirst sowas von untergehen, mein Freund.
To settle your rivalry, Hibiki asked. Truth be told, I haven't done much training. I probably wouldn't beat her again anyway, but if a newbie took their position for the 1v5, then I'm okay with it. It's fair game.
Newbie.
Hear that, Marahan? Your luck depends on your new member. She's ignoring you. Jenny was gloating at her guaranteed win, but saw she was getting ignored. She saw Goku and Marahan having their own chat. She wasn't having it. To be ignored by someone she looks up to is an insult. So she puts her foot down and grabs their attention. Hey, don't ignore me. I was talking to you. Jenny was a little bit angry. They both turned to Jenny. Marahan, did you hear what I said? Your chances of winning are stale, because you sealed your fate the moment you let this guy fight for you. How so? I wouldn't say
Ja, ich lache, wenn der mit einem Finger schnippt.
Marahan smiled at her. Hey, what makes you think that? Because he defeated Natsu Dracula so easily. Heh, my Hibiki could have done that too if he wanted. Let's not encourage that idea. Jenny Hibiki was sweating. You're not aware of what Fairy Tail's fully capable of, and that can cost you a lot. With Goku, Fairy Tail's more than just the #1 guild on Earthland. ACH, you speak of him as if you like him or something. Of course, I do. He's my guildmate. Why wouldn't I? I like Mira too. I promised her to protect her because I'm obligated. Goku's smile got to Jenny. Hey, promise. Hey, Goku was it? What's your relationship with Marahan Strauss? Are you her boyfriend? Yeah. Hey, Marahan, and Jenny shouted as they looked at him. I'm a boy, and her friend. Boyfriend? Right. Goku wanted to make sure. From hearing that, both Fairy Tail and Blue Pegasus fell on their backs kinetically, seeing that he was highly entertained, because he can relate to doing that in his world too. When it comes to certain situations, he would fall on his back if there was something he considered ridiculous. Goku, I think you're getting it wrong. Boyfriend is another word for lover. It's what girls say when they feel attracted to a boy they love. The same can be said for boy crushing on a boy too. Oh Mira, I did say we're not near that level yet, but if it's to view you as a loved one to protect them, yeah, I'm her boyfriend. Goku Marahan was steaming from embarrassment. Sis, you're dating Goku Lasana was surprised. Hey, what? And no. So that's why you were so keen on wanting to tour Goku around, sis. You have a manly crush on him. Elfman, Lasana, you two are taking this the wrong way. You see Goku and I are just what, huh? Friends. Like that's believable. That's the oldest saying in the book. Jenny said to shut her up. No, how cruel of me. Hibiki was hyping himself up. If you didn't want him as a boyfriend, you certainly could have called me Marahan. I would have rocked you. Marahan wants someone who can sweep her off her feet, like me. He winked at her. You're quite popular with the boys, Mira. As expected of you, Goku praised. I rather pass on them. Why? They want to be your boyfriends too. We can all be your boyfriends. He has such an innocent facade. It's not even funny. No, Goku. I don't want that many boyfriends. Do you not know how these things work? No. If I were to have a boyfriend, it has to be limited to one only. Otherwise, it's not healthy. Oh, never mind then. Do me a favor and back off, you guys. I call Mira. Goku issued that to the trio. Is that a challenge? Ren said. Don't you have that Sherry chick from Lania Scale? Hibiki pointed out. Huh? Yeah, that's right, Ren blushed a tiny bit. I forgot those two were dating. Lucy started to remember what she saw during the Grand Magic Games. Lania Scale. Natsu said then remembered something. Hey, he's the guy who tried to revive Deliora, and who has a crush on me. Juvia said, oh, it's a love triangle. Gray, I need you to hold me as I faint. When she fell to the ground, Gray didn't attend to her. Heading back to the topic here. Jenny brings everyone back. Goku, if you lose, your precious Mira whom you want to protect will expose her body to Sorcerer weekly. I know. I heard you the first time, Henny. It's Jenny. Jenny Realite. Oh, my bad. Tell me something, Goku. Since you heard my wager, what's yours? Your master offered you to us to take us on, so I'm curious. Good question. I don't know. I'm happy with what I've got. His morals are pure. I'll give him that, Hibiki adds. You sure? You can't just take us empty-handed. You've got to think of at least something simple. Hey, Mira, what do you think I should get from them when I win? He didn't say if. He said when. Is he that confident? Jenny's stars were on Goku. Why are you asking me? I don't know. He shrugged. I've never been put in situations like this one right now. Here's a solution, Goku. If you can't figure out one, then I'll give you a wager. For me? Alright, shoot. Goku said as he looked at Jenny. If you win, then I'll give you the honors of dating me. Jenny wasn't blushing, but her cheeks were red. Hey, what? What kind of proposition is that? It's the perfect one, Morahan. I'm giving him a chance to go out with me that most boys dream of. It's perfect, is it not? No thanks. I knew it. No one can resist Jenny really. Hold on. Did you say no? How could you say no to someone like me? Boys are in love with me. Mira told me boys are in love with her too. You're no different than she is. Well, she can cook stupidly well, and I don't know much about you, so no thanks. I got rejected. It never happened to me before. Jenny was shocked at her very core. Goku's a smooth slayer, isn't he? Gray was impressed. HMPH. I guess that's one way to kick someone out of your domain. Gagio was impressed too. Not too long ago, I went on a date with Mira. We ate at some cafe, and I made a comparison. Food from restaurants is good, but they don't hold a candle to Mira's cooking. Her cooking is so freaking good. Goku Morahan blushed. ACH, you're going to regret rejecting me, Son Goku. Jenny seems all fired up, we've noted. Yeah, it's very sexy to see. Hibiki was eyeballing her. If it's okay with everyone here, I'd like to change something to 1v5. Jenny raised her hand for everyone to see. What is it, Jenny? Hibiki asked. Instead of the loser going nude for the public, I've decided this. Blue Pegasus's terms when we win is simple. I want you, Son Goku. Jenny pointed at him with her right index finger. Hey, the fairy tale guild yelled. Why Goku? Lisana asked Jenny. To be specific, I want him to be my boyfriend. Jenny informed everyone. I get it. She wants to get under Morahan's skin. From what we've seen so far, Morahan seems to be attached to Goku. She was blushing when Goku agreed about him being her boyfriend. Considering the fact he didn't know what boyfriend meant, Hibiki looks at Goku. You don't even like him, Jenny. Why go that far? Morahan was getting a little aggravated. It's true, I don't. However, I've never seen a boy turn me down before. Me of all people. I'm the definition of beauty. You're 7 years old news, Morahan. And yet, he chose you over me. That's an insult I can't let go. For the millionth time, I don't see him that way. Morahan said as she started to get embarrassed. Right, whatever you say, Morahan. If no one disagrees with this, we should take our leave, boys. Wait. Before you guys go, when is this match? Lucy asked. A week from today. Next Wednesday, Lucy. At 2 o'clock p.m. Until then, we bid you all a good day. Hibiki bows his head. Blue Pegasus was making their way out. Ichia was twirling as he was spamming the word he always says, no matter what predicament he's in. The trio that follows under Ichia waved their waves in goodbye to Fairy Tail. As for the current Miss Fiore, she turned to Goku. Goku noticed her. Seeing the two of them make eye contact, Jenny blew a kiss to Goku as a way to make Morahan jealous. It was supposed to head straight to his face, but a certain she-devil wasn't having it. The kiss was avoided thanks to Morahan as she comedically rips it to shreds. Jenny wasn't fazed, but it did leave an impression on who her ideal guy is, and that person might be Goku. In her book, no one says no to the current Miss Fiore. No one. Man, were they a handful. I'm kinda bummed it wasn't me, but since Goku got picked, you've got to show us what you're really made of, dude. Yeah, Mr. Goku. Show more of your strength, to not only us, but to Blue Pegasus too, Happy said in the background. So if we've got the info right, the 1v5 will take place next Wednesday at 2 p.m. The Fiore Princess will be
take my shotgun.
Go at it. Indeed, Urza, but not to worry. With Goku, we'll win without breaking a sweat. Well, Goku won't break a sweat. Aw, man. I'm still freaking bummed it wasn't me that got chosen. Cheer up, Nancy. I'm sure the master will choose you next time. Have some faith. Lisandra's smile was something to cheer him up, but it didn't. Yeah, I know, Liz. Speaking of dates, when Mira went on one with Goku, it got me thinking. We haven't hung out together not since we were little. So, I was thinking if maybe you and I could, go on a date. Lysandra was blushing hard when asking that, but was shot down when she found out she was being ignored. Hey, Goku. What's up? You want to fight me again? I'm down. But he didn't do that. Instead, he showed some manners, and got on both knees with his forehead touching the ground for this one request. Seeing this shocked everyone, especially Lucy, Gray, and Lasana. Please take me under your wing, Goku, he begged. Natsu Lucy was weirded out. Goku didn't know how to take it in. Look, when we fought I had no idea there were other ways to fight. You don't operate on magic, but you still whooped my ass. Since then, I've been thinking. You're from a world that probably doesn't rely on magic. So, if it's okay, I want you to teach me what you know from your world. Please. Natsu begs again, but in a polite way. Okay. Really Natsu's head rose up. You're not pulling my leg here. Nope. I'll train you. I've been thinking about it too. I can't be the only one to have strength that's far out of everyone's league. You know. That hurts from just hearing that, but yeah, it's a similar feeling. Well then, Natsu. Consider us master and student. Alright. Natsu jumps in the air for joy. Hold up.
Alter, mein PS4 ist gefühlt auch am